Welcome back to UATV. I'm Clayton Cunningham, joined with former Razorback quarterback and NFL draft prospect Brandon Allen. Speaking of the draft, what has this whole process been like after your bowl game and preparation?
It's been long. It's been real long. It's kind of dragged way out, and it's a lot of sitting and waiting, hurry up and waiting. So you get to the combine, you do the pro day, and then you get these workouts. You got to stay in shape and be ready for the draft and all that. And so it gets so drawn out that it's kind of a big long waiting game that everyone's kind of ready for it to be over with.
What was the combine experience like?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of great guys there. Obviously hung out majority with the quarterbacks, and so I was able to build some connections, some friendships with those guys, and it was a grueling experience. It was tough, to get up at 4 a.m. and then try to go run and test well and all that. So it was grueling, but I'm glad I only have to do it once, but it was fun.
What are some of the things you walked away from the combine thinking that you needed to improve on?
Sure. I think overall athletic ability maybe was something I need to work on, obviously, but I was able to compare my skills with the best of the best that were going to be in the draft, and so I was kind of proud of the way I threw the ball, but obviously there's so many things that I can do to make myself better and be a better quarterback.
The draft is the April 28th. Will you be attending the draft?
No, I will be at home or on the golf course somewhere with my family, hanging out, and no, they're not taking me to the draft this year.
You mentioned your family. Your dad and your brother have played a big part in your life, especially on the football field. What's it been like to have your dad on the sidelines and your brother on the same sideline?
Sure, it's a neat experience. I don't think a lot of guys ever get that kind of experience, have your dad and your little brother with you playing major college football, and so they're a big support system for me. Anytime things are not going well, or even if things are going well, I can always look to them and get some guidance from my dad, or kind of help my brother out the best I can, because I'm older. I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, so I can try to bring him along and develop him, make him the best he can be.
What's some advice you've given him as he prepares for a quarterback battle this season?
Yeah, I told him don't suck. Honestly, that was the biggest thing. I told him not to suck. I said, obviously he's a great player. He's got all the skills to be a great player, and I told him just don't take my path through getting there. Take a different path. Start out good and stay good. Don't start from the bottom like me and try to work your way through it. It's a lot easier just being good all the time.
Speaking of your path, you've seen several different coaches throughout your career. What's it like to have to adapt to a new system almost every year, and how has that helped you prepare for the draft?
I think a lot of NFL scouts and coaches like that. I've had 4 different coordinators, 3 different head coaches, so I think gaining knowledge from all those different offenses, all those different offensive mindsets and personalities, and I think a lot of guys, scout-wise, NFL guys, they like that I've been able to learn a new offense almost every year, been able to adapt to different coaching styles and different ways of that, because you never know where you might go in the NFL. You got to be able to mesh well with the coach and whoever's there. So I think having so many different changes for me has really benefited me.
Speaking of professionals, have you spoke to any of the former Razorbacks that are now professionally, and have they given you any advice that you've taken to heart?
Sure. I'm actually, I work out right now with a few of them. Chris Gregg is one of those guys that's in there. We've had Jarius Wright in there working out with us. So, a lot of guys, Ronnie Wingo, Jerry Franklin, all those guys are in there. And Kobe Hamilton, a lot of those guys, they told us about, I think the biggest thing they're kind of telling us is about the draft, and how, it sounds so weird, but like any team you think might like you is probably going somewhere else. It's a total guessing game for you on draft day. So they biggest advice they gave us was be patient. You'll go somewhere wherever you go. Just make the best of that opportunity.
Thank you. I don't know anything else. For Brandon Allen, I'm Clayton Cunningham. We'll be right back. I choked. That last one, I had a question, and then I turned and I was like, oh shit.